Is Rosa Mexicano still our favorite Disney World Mexican restaurant?
Let's see.
Hello everyone, I'm Jay.
And I'm Sam.
And you're watching the Theme Park Foodies. We are back at the Swan and Dolphin. We realized we hadn't been here in a bit, and we wanted to go to our favorite Mexican restaurant, Rosa Mexicano. I think it's been over a year since we've been here, right?
Jason, it's been 2 years.
Oh, no way. Wow.
Yeah. It's been the 2-year anniversary, like last week, I think, of this restaurant opening.
Yeah, we did a video on the opening of Rosa Mexicano, and when we did, we realized that this was actually our favorite restaurant at Walt Disney World. They actually started in New York, I think, right?
Yes, in 1984 they started in New York City. They were the first to bring fine Mexican dining to New York City.
Interesting. And I believe the head chef, the owner of Rosa Mexicano, she actually has Cuban heritage, interestingly enough. But she has a fine palate for Mexican cuisine, and obviously a lot of great Mexican dishes. I remember really enjoying the tableside guac. So we'll have to get that again.
You can't go wrong with tableside guac.
Yeah, right? And last time I think I got the enchiladas, but there's actually a newer item that I have my eyes on this time around.
I got my eyes on them.
All right, maybe you can get it then.
I called it.
What is it?
Cheeseburger tacos.
Right? Doesn't that sound amazing? So there's obviously some American flair in there, and then fine Mexican cuisine, classic things like guacamole, queso,
tacos, nachos, enchiladas, churros.
It's located inside the Dolphin Resort of the Swan and Dolphin, which are like sister resorts, which is right outside Epcot. You can actually take a boat or walk here from Epcot. If you're heading in through the Dolphin, you'll have to go down to the first level because you actually walk in the main lobby on the second level. You're on escalators there. I'll show you guys how to get there. We're going to be trying out some of their signature dishes. Obviously, those new cheeseburger tacos. Are you ready, Sam?
I'm ready.
If you enjoy the content, please like and subscribe. Join us while we dine at Rosa Mexicano and answer the question of whether this still is as good as we remember. All right, so to get to Rosa Mexicano, if you are heading from Epcot, you can actually take the water taxi or a walking path. As you exit the water taxi, you'll simply bear right. You'll see a giant fountain with dolphins on it. That, of course, is the Dolphin Resort where you can find Rosa Mexicano. You will walk in those doors, and to your right, you'll see Todd English's Blue Zoo, and to the left, you will see the fountain. As you walk past the fountain, you will see Rosa Mexicano. Now, if you're parking at the Dolphin Resort, you'll head straight. You'll see a beautiful chandelier and yet another dolphin fountain. You'll walk right past that and directly down a pair of escalators to the first floor. As you head down to the first floor, you'll bear right, and you will see, of course, Rosa Mexicano. You see Frida Kahlo actually greeting you right behind the check-in desk. All right, let's check in. If you guys are looking for the restrooms or stroller parking, just make an about face at the check-in desk, head through the arches, and it'll be right to your left-hand side. All right, so we have been seated, and I want to bring up the aesthetic in here. It is a bit minimalist, but you can see a portrait of the founder of Rosa Mexicano making some tableside guac, a lot of floral notes as well as incandescent lights. All right, let's break this menu down for you guys. In case you guys wanted to read the story of Rosa Mexicano, I'll scroll down for you. You can pause at any moment. It's to the left. You can see all of their wines, beers, sangrias, and their signature margarita is actually the pomegranate margarita. It's been their signature since 1984. Looks like they're highlighting this Josefina's margarita as well. This fire and ice section, handcrafted agave margaritas. They also have this margarita al gusto. They have these crafted cocktails, an old fashioned, and they do have some spirit-free drinks. Actually, a lot of different ones if you're looking to go non-alcoholic. Now on the next page, you can see all the food. This is their tableside guac. You can get classic or double. They also have some special top-offs. I think last time we got the bacon. To the right of that, you can see the ceviches that they have. They also have a ceviche tasting, which I think gets you one of each of these. For their starters, I hear the black bean and cheese empanadas are very good. They also have Rosa's signature nachos. The Camarones up there. Sam wanted to get these Fundido cheese sticks, but they're actually out of those. We did go with the quesadilla. I feel like a good Mexican restaurant has to have a good quesadilla. And they also obviously have some queso, Rosa's special garden salad, chopped salad, and an iceberg slice. The bottom of each of these pages will have allergen information here at the bottom too, so you know what's in it and what it is. Next page, you can see the main courses. To the right, we'll have all the different types types of taco that you can get. And right here is the one Sam's definitely getting. That's the chopped cheeseburger taco. And for their mains, they have a roasted chicken. Not going to try to say that. The salmon, pork carnitas, camarons, ribeye, chile relleno, I'm not saying that right either, broiled whole branzino. And this sounds very good, but it's also very expensive, $89. It is a broiled crab meat stuffed lobster. What they're really known for is on this next page, it's these enchiladas. They have these special like combo platters, so if you have a bunch of people, you can all kind of taste at things. This one's will come with like a New York strip and then a few different things. We also have some a la carte options right here. And here are all of their enchiladas. I remember seeing a duck one last time. This Del Mar is a seafood one. I'm wondering if they switched them out. So I'm not seeing the duck, which I actually really did like. They have a chicken, beef brisket, roasted mushroom, and a Chihuahua cheese. This is the tasting I got last time right here at the bottom. $30. Yeah, I think you get like 3 of them. If you have extra sides, if you need extra sides, they have you covered. So they actually started us off with complimentary chips and salsa, and now they are starting the guac. We got to get the tableside guac. This is our favorite guac in Disney last time we had it. Haven't had it in 2 years. Hopefully it still is good. All right, now that we have our guac done, let's have our chips. We're gonna try the salsa out first. I think Sam has already had a bit.
Complimentary chips and salsa.
This is the only place I know at Disney right now that has complimentary chips and salsa that's a Mexican restaurant.
So it gets points for that.
We were recently in Paradiso, and that was not a good Mexican experience.
The chips taste so fresh. They're not stale, they're not overly salty, they're really good chips. I think the salsa is using fire roasted tomatoes, so you taste like a little bit of like a smokiness in it. Not much spice in it. I'm gonna give it an 8.
Oh, nice. All right. Now it's time to try the salsa. Try the guac out. And this is a heavy bowl. Look at that little, it looks like a pig. Look at all that. You ready, Sam?
I'm so ready. I love tableside guac. It's like a little show. You get to customize it to your liking. So we went light on the onion, and we did no jalapenos for me. So thank you, Jason, for letting me have no jalapeno.
You get medium, mild, medium, or hot as your options.
Because like you're gonna customize it to like your preference, so you're gonna like it, I would hope.
It is very loud in here.
It's incredibly creamy. Also, the guy who made it was really awesome. I'm gonna give it a 9.
Yeah, this was my favorite tableside guac at Disney. I feel like they used to have tableside guac over at La Hacienda de San Angel, but they don't have it anymore. It's really not that good, the guac there at all.
Pandemic, that was a much better restaurant.
All right, I can't wait to try this salsa out, especially because it's complimentary. There always needs to be a complimentary bread service, no matter where you go at Disney World. I believe if you're dining at a sit-down restaurant, if it's expensive here at Disney, you deserve to have something complimentary in the beginning. I'm happy this place provides it. Very fresh, tomato forward, a nice light hint of spice. Like you said too, Sam, the chips taste fresh. Chips are very thin, not too salty.
And the salsa, it's thick, but it's not super chunky, but it's not like loose and liquidy.
Great texture all around. It's not the best salsa, but it's a very good salsa, high quality salsa. I'm gonna agree with you, 8. If you like spicy, I don't think that's it. There's a little bit of kick to that, but to me, I really enjoy it. All right, guac time. And you can see them doing this fresh in front of you. It's like a little dinner and a show. I think they use like 2 avocados for this too. So 2 people, each of us gets a whole avocado, Sam. So fresh, not too salty, great texture. It's like meshed perfectly. You get the nice little burst of juice with the tomatoes that are in it as well. Delicious. And it's, like you said, you got a show. I'm going to go 10 with that. I really like that tableside guac. And I think it's really good. So I'm going 10. All right, appetizer number 2, the quesadillas. Very well plated here. We got chicken. You have a choice of cheese, chicken, or steak.
This comes with Chihuahua cheese and a flour tortilla, a crema, pico de gallo, cojito cheese, and we got the red chile chicken. But you could also get shrimp, grilled New York strip, or poached Maine lobster. Fancy.
I would like some lobster.
I love the Chihuahua cheese. I will say though, I like a crispy quesadilla, and there's like no crisp on this. Like they're pretty soft. The flavor is there. The chicken is tender. I like also that there's cheese on top, cheese inside, a lot of crema. It was plated beautifully. I'm gonna give it an 8.
Oh, so even with the softness, you gave it an 8. This isn't one of their signature options.
Flavor-wise, good. Texture-wise, I like a crispy quesadilla.
All right, my turn to try the quesadilla. I will say that because of the way they plated it, you do miss some of the toppings on some of these. The end feels more crispy than the front. The front has like a little more looseness to it, but it does hold up well. The chicken is juicy, bursting with flavor. And the tortilla itself is a very good tortilla.
I will say though, no spice.
Yeah. Chicken doesn't have any chewiness to it. I just like, it doesn't really fall apart, but it has a good amount of, bite, but not too much. And then there's a little chewiness on the tortilla, which I think for the texture in this makes sense. I would like a little bit crispier, but I still think it's very good. I'm gonna agree with your 8. Very good quesadilla. Could go 9 or 10 category if it was a bit more crispy, but the ingredients taste very high quality. All right, so the entrees are here. Sam got their newer item, the chopped cheeseburger tacos. What's exactly on it in this, Sam?
This has ground chuck, bacon, queso, poblano peppers, tomato, onion, shredded lettuce, ketchup, mayonnaise, flour tortillas. You get 3 of them. They are on the smaller side, but honestly, I just ate so many chips that it's okay.
Yeah, I want to try one too if you're willing to share.
But on that, and you love ketchup. You're covered in ketchup. I feel like this is like my gringo is coming out here ordering cheeseburger tacos.
This is definitely meant to appeal to the American palate.
That's really good. There's so much in it though, and it's super messy. I wish there was like a little bit less ketchup because it's making it so messy, but it's so good. The chuck is good, very wet. I'm gonna give these an 8.
I'm a fan.
Delicious, but I would go for more queso, less ketchup on my version.
I'm a fan of wet foods. This does come with some refried, or I'm not sure if they're refried, but they're black beans and a rice. I'm gonna try this out for a little bit before
No, those are just black beans.
Oh, okay. Great flavor in the rice.
It's nice that it comes with a side.
I'm not gonna take a whole taco, I'm just gonna bite out of yours.
It's a wet taco though.
It tastes like a Big Mac. And you can see, there's like cheese in the tortilla right there. And it's like a mac sauce almost on top with the ketchup.
It's queso.
Oh, it's queso. This is very good. You gave this a 9? I'm gonna give it a 9 too. This is really good. The only thing that would probably elevate this is like if they had used like some high-end form of beef. These are really good. I agree with your 9. All right, so this is my entree. It's the enchiladas. They're known for the enchiladas here, so you gotta get them. I actually chose to get some of the special Mexican rice with it. It comes with the seafood enchilada as well as a beef brisket enchilada. I feel like I got 3 of these last time, so it looks like a little bit of shrinkflation here. The beef one is the darker one. This is the seafood one, yeah.
So it has a red guajillo chili sauce, cojita cheese, pico de gallo, and crema.
Good amount of sauce. Look at all the different layers in there.
The mild spice level, nice. They do meat well here. Like the meat is nice and tender. It is it's like overly saucy for me. This isn't just like a dish that I would normally go for, but I do think it's good. It does have a lot of flavor. I still would pick the chopped cheeseburger tacos over this. I'm gonna give this a 7.
All right, so that's the lowest number so far, but 7's still nothing to balk at. All right, I'm gonna throw some rice in here to kind of drown out some of this sauce.
I definitely should have done that.
Yeah, so now I think it's what you're supposed to do. All right, I'm gonna try the seafood one since you tried the brisket one. There's so many types of seafood, so you get so many different textures in there. You have like the shrimp, which is obviously more of a crustacean, so you have that unique shrimp texture. And you have lobster, which is also a crustacean, but it's more smooth, more like melts in your mouth. You have the enchilada, what it's wrapped in. And the sauce has like a decent amount of spice to it. I'd like to try some of the rice with it.
I like a more cheesy enchilada than a saucy enchilada. That's just me though.
I feel like last time they were more cheesy. Although it's probably better for me. There's a bit more spice, I feel like, on this one than I had last time. But that's what you want from Mexican food. I'm going to go 7 as well with this. I think that I guess maybe it's just my gringo again coming out. I really like the cheeseburger tacos, but this is very good. I think the previous iteration of the duck, I really like that duck. I like that better last time, but these are still very good. All right, we have retrieved the dessert menu. And as we open it up, you can see the desserts are right here to the left. Last time we got the churros, and we just literally had to get them again. They're so good. The raspberry sauce, the chocolate sauce, delicious. And they have a margarita lime tart. The flan is what they're known for. I remember not being a huge fan of it last time, but like I've said to you guys previously, I'm just not a fan of the flan texture, so I don't think I'm the best person to judge a flan. They also have a tres leches, which we did order. They have some after-dinner pours as well if you want some agave or some cognac. They have an iced Mexican coffee and then some old fashions right here. All right, so the desserts have been served. We, of course, had to get one of our favorite things from last time, the in-house made fresh churros. They come with two sauces. One is a chocolate sauce. The other is a raspberry sauce. Are there any specifics we should know about this, Sam?
So this is a raspberry guajillo sauce. This is like what they're known for, and this is a dark chocolate sauce. We have sugar and cinnamon on top. That was so good. There was so much cinnamon on that bite. It's loaded with cinnamon. Perfect crisp on the outside. A million times better than any churro that you're gonna get in the park. We get some in the raspberry. I'm going 10. I forgot how good these were. I remember them being good, but I don't remember them being that good.
All right, my turn. I'm gonna try it with and without the sauce.
Right? The eyes said it all.
This is the best churro at Walt Disney World. Let me dip it in the chocolate. Dark, nice hint of bitterness with a good amount of sweetness. The sweetness really comes from the churro itself with the cinnamon sugar on top of it. I'll try the raspberry sauce.
Our waiter said he would like to take a bath in that sauce, and I might agree. Separately though, not together.
If you mix those two, it's kind of like a jelly ring consistency. I know he's bringing this up like every...
Anytime we have chocolate and raspberry, we have to bring up jelly rings. Like we're...
It's a 10. This is one of the best churros I've ever had. I highly recommend getting these if you're here.
It's like so delicate.
Yeah, agreed. All right, so this is the Tres Leche. $17, pretty big. What's exactly on in this and around this?
This does look like it's something you could share though, so I will say that. This classic sponge cake is soaked in 3 different milks, topped with fresh berries, and it's great for sharing. It looks beautiful, but I feel so bad for it coming after those churros, because those are just so perfect.
Hard to compete with the churros. Does look like a nice moist cake though. A lot of little goo right there at the bottom.
That's a very big bite. It tastes more like a shortcake to me than a tres leches, but it is very good. I do recommend this, especially if you want to split something with someone. And even though, like, obviously there is a ton of sugar in this and milk, it does feel somewhat lighter. Like, if that makes sense, it kind of, I don't know, that doesn't make sense, but
it's airy.
Yes.
Look at all that center. Oh, it's stuffed in the center.
I don't feel like the cake is that soaked. Like usually tres leches has more of a more moisture to it. I'm not getting that, but the sauce is really good. Ooh. And like the cream and the fruit is very fresh. But it tastes more like a shortcake than a tres leches, in my opinion. Oh, 7.
Okay, so this and the enchiladas are your 2 weakest then. Everything here has been beautifully plated. I do like that there's fresh strawberries on top of this, and you also get a lot of the kind of like moisture and sauce. All right, let's eat this. Strawberries are very good. Cream is very good. Interior is good. I agree. It feels like the cake is kind of the weakness on this.
It's not very spongy.
Yeah. The bottom parts though are good. You want a good wetness in the tres leches. I'm gonna agree with your 7. I think I kind of reiterate everything you said. This is the most I think Sam and I have agreed on any meal.
On anything ever in life.
Most of our numbers have been pretty much exactly the same. This is very good, but I think the churros to me are just the star. All right, so we've completed our return to Rosa Mexicano. Sam.
Why are you so serious?
This is the best Mexican restaurant at Walt Disney World, in your opinion.
Yes.
We are not the proprietors of all opinions. This is our opinion. This is my favorite one I've been to. I also like Frontera Cocina that's over at Disney Springs. Our top 5 Disney Spring restaurant series will be coming out pretty soon. So we're planning on doing that pretty soon. Almost completed eating at all the restaurants there. Jaleo is going to be the next one, or the last one that we have to complete. That's another place actually we haven't eaten at, but it's Jaleo, but I think it's more Spanish cuisine, right?
Yeah.
So, best things you ate tonight?
Oh my gosh. The guacamole is a must.
Yeah.
The churros are a must. And
Yes.
I would say even my tacos. Like if you
Tacos
like
very good.
if you like cheeseburgers.
She had the best entree out of the 2 entrees for sure. The enchiladas were okay. I actually really did like the duck one last time, and sad to see them go, but I guess most people don't eat duck, so I could see why they took them off the menu. Service was great. I don't think our meal here was as good as we had last time. I'm not saying that to be like too judgy or negative. I just think that sometimes one of two things happen when you go to a restaurant on opening day. Either one, the restaurant isn't necessarily ready, but they want to make money real quick, so they rush the staff out there and you don't get the best experience and they could do better. Or 2, they're on their best behavior because they know that a lot of reviews are coming out when they first open.
We did have a spectacular first visit the first time we came. But I think 2 years later, this restaurant's holding up.
Still very good.
I still highly recommend it. They also have great drinks. I did get the pomegranate margarita in our last video.
Better than any Mexican restaurant over at Epcot. I can tell you that much. I'd much rather eat here than at San Angel Inn or La Hacienda on the water.
And you get those free chips.
Yes, chips are included. Should always have an included bread service or chip service here at Walt Disney World.
Carb with your meal.
Yeah, I agree. They're doing great things over at the Swan and Dolphin. A lot of great restaurants here, so we definitely recommend checking this area out. And if you enjoy the content, please like and subscribe. Liking will really help our channel grow. It pushes this video out into the stratosphere of the YouTube algorithm. It helps other people find the video. Subscribing, it also helps our channel grow. Hit the bell notification so that way you're notified every time when videos come out, which is when, Sam?
Every Monday and Thursday at 12 p.m.
Thanks so much for watching. Don't count the days.
Make the days count.
We will see you next time. That's all, folks. I'm sorry if you guys can hear the running water in the background. We actually found this little nestled spot in the Swan Resort. We had to park at the Swan today because they were redoing the Dolphins parking. And they will validate your parking if you dine here too.
Oh yes, I really want to mention that. If you're not using Disney transportation and you're driving here on your own, get the parking validation because you do not want to pay $35 or whatever it is to park here.
Yeah, it's pretty easy too because you'll be able to walk right into the resort. I feel like a lot of the other Disney resorts, like you kind of have to walk pretty far too. Given if you're dining there, you don't have to validate your parking, but here they just kind of validated for you. Cannot get validation at the fountain. Only at all the other restaurants except for the fountain. Obviously not the quick service restaurants.
I also heard, I think that Rosa Mexicano doesn't give it to you for brunch, which I do think is a little ridiculous if that's true.
Agreed. And the people you see scrolling up on the screen, those are our members. I want to give a special thank you to them and their generosity for helping us fund this channel. If you have any interest in a membership, you can hit the join button below and learn about all the different tiers and perks that we have, like early access to videos and credits credentials like you're seeing right now. But even if you can't become a member, if you're just someone who consistently supports us by liking, commenting, subscribing, or engaging with these videos in any way, even a view, it helps us make more of them, and we feel very privileged to have you watching and to be making them. And as always,
keep it going for Frank.